Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional.
Welcome all. I'm Dr. Larissa Werniak, Program Head of American Studies and Assistant Professor of Instruction at the School of Interdisciplinary Studies. Before we begin the formal ceremony, let me remind you to silence your cell phones and be courteous to those around you by quietly attending to the speakers throughout the ceremony. During the presentation of graduates, we encourage you to express your pride by applauding and cheering. This is a wonderful day for everyone. Graduates, parents, family, and friends. Thank you for being here, and please enjoy the ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce the Interim Dean, Dr. Tanya Wissinger.
Welcome, students, family, and friends. First, I want to thank you all for being here today, and I would like to extend a well-deserved congratulations to our graduates and their families on this joyous occasion. This is a tremendous achievement. Your determination during these past few years deserves recognition and praise. You persevered, and your degree will remain a permanent reminder of what you're capable of accomplishing. For many of you, this day marks the end of your college studies and the beginning of your journey into the world. Some of you will go into professions that have the potential to make a major impact on people during critical times in their lives. It's important that you pursue these endeavors while maintaining empathy and courage. Be of service, both personally and professionally, to your family, your coworkers, and those you teach and care for. Strive to improve yourselves and the lives of those around you. Even small interactions can make a big impact. It may feel as though the years ahead stretch out in front of you forever, but they'll go by faster than you think. So please use each day to set in motion what you want to accomplish. Life is all about managing expectations, especially your own. Don't be dissuaded by mistakes. There's no algorithm for human perfection. Be kind to yourselves and use your mistakes to learn about what does and doesn't work for you. Provide leadership, celebrate your hard work, and keep alive your joy of learning. Most of all, continue to contribute in meaningful ways to your community wherever your career or life may take you. I look forward to watching you make a positive impact on the world, and I'm proud that you are now part of the UT Dallas legacy. Congratulations. I now have the privilege of introducing the colleagues that are joining us today. I ask them to stand and remain standing, and I ask the audience to hold applause until introductions are complete. Dr. Larissa Werniak, Assistant Professor of Instruction and Program Head for American Studies. Dr. Kaz Naqvi, Associate Professor of Instruction and Program Head for the Master of Interdisciplinary Studies. Dr. Kathleen Burns, Associate Professor of Instruction and Program Head for Healthcare Studies. Dr. Barbara Ashmore, Professor of Instruction and Director of the Teacher Development Center. Dr. Leah Gowdy, Assistant Professor of Instruction and Healthcare Studies. Dr. Lynn Winstead, Lecturer in American Studies. Dr. Aaron Smith, Professor and Program Head for Gender Studies. Dr. Kyle Hammonds, Assistant Professor of Instruction and Interdisciplinary Studies. Dr. June Jones, Assistant Professor of Instruction and Environmental Studies. Dr. Michelle McNeil, Assistant Professor for the Teacher Development Center. And Dr. Lance Lusk, Assistant Professor of Instruction in American Studies. Please be seated, thank you. To introduce our first student speaker, I'll hand this back to Dr. Werniak.
Thank you, Dr. Wissinger. It is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Laiba Khan. Laiba is graduating with a degree in healthcare studies on the pre-medical track. Laiba was a research assistant at the Aging Well Lab and a first-year leader. She has worked as a medical scribe in a pediatric emergency room and volunteered as a medical assistant. Laiba plans to work in an interventional cardiology clinic during her gap year before applying to medical school. Please welcome your classmate, Laiba Khan.
Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Today, we gather to celebrate a moment that we have all worked so hard to achieve, our graduation. It is a day of joy, reflection, and anticipation for the future. As we sit here dressed in our caps and gowns, we share more than just a ceremony. We share a journey of the obstacles we overcame, the doubts we pushed through, and the dreams we dared to chase. Like many graduates here today, my personal journey was shaped by coming from a first-generation immigrant family, which has been my motivation to succeed. I'm the proud daughter of two parents who left their homes in Pakistan and worked tirelessly to provide for their family here in the US. This is the story of so many here today and those I've met during my time at UTD. Our stories may differ, but they are bound by common threads: sacrifice, hope, and a drive to make all our struggles worth it. Some of our families traveled thousands of miles away from their homelands in hopes that their children would have a better future. With this hope comes a tremendous responsibility, as the pressure to succeed that we feel from our loved ones can seem overwhelming at times. I want to take a moment to thank the two people who have been the foundation of my journey: my parents. Thank you for your sacrifices, your strength, and your unwavering belief in me, even when I doubted myself. You left behind everything familiar to build a new life in a new country just so I could have the opportunities you never had. Every late night, every challenge, and every achievement I've had has been fueled by your love and resilience. This milestone isn't just mine. It's a testament to your courage and everything you've poured into my future. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you to every parent who've made similar sacrifices so their children could stand where we are today. Throughout my time at UTD, there were countless moments when I questioned whether I could keep going. I pulled all-nighters studying for classes like organic chemistry and biochemistry and spent long months preparing for the MCAT. I juggled multiple responsibilities, such as conducting psychological research projects, publishing various works, spending hundreds of hours shadowing different physicians, volunteering at a variety of clinics, tutoring underprivileged children, and working extended shifts as an ER scribe. At the same time, I made it a priority to stay involved in campus life, finding joy and purpose in being part of the UTD community. There were moments when giving up felt easier than pushing forward, but I didn't. We didn't. Not alone, but together. We leaned on others, our classmates, professors, mentors, and loved ones, who believed in us even when we struggled to believe in ourselves. Each of us here has pushed through our own version of these challenges, our own moments of uncertainty, and our own quiet victories. When I think back to my freshman year, I remember walking into Dr. Kaz's seminar class feeling nervous and unsure of where I belonged or what I was capable of. And yet, 3 years later, I stood beside Dr. Kaz not as a student, but as a first-year leader, helping to guide the next wave of students finding their own path. That full circle moment reminded me how much can change when we give ourselves the space to grow. UTD didn't just provide the academic foundation I needed to go to medical school. It was where I found my community, my mentors, and my confidence. It taught me how to lead, how to care, and most importantly, how to believe in the version of myself I had yet to meet. As we step forward into the next chapter of our lives, we take with us the lessons learned beyond textbooks and lectures. We have learned strength in the face of adversity, the ability to adapt, and the power of connection. We have learned that success is not measured solely by grades or achievements, but by the impact we make on others and the challenges we conquer. For me, this next chapter means stepping into a new role as a medical assistant at an interventional cardiology clinic during my gap year before medical school. I'm excited to continue learning, this time from patients, physicians, and real-world experiences, as I prepare to take the next step in my journey to becoming a physician. I encourage each of us to continue seeking knowledge, to remain curious, and to approach the world with the same determination that brought us to this moment. Whether we are entering the workforce, continuing our education, or pursuing our passions, let us carry forward the spirit of UTD: innovation, integrity, and excellence. As Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it is done. Today is not just an ending, it is the beginning of the impact we will make. Let's step forward with confidence, curiosity, and a commitment to building a future we can all be proud of. Congratulations, class of 2025. It is is now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Aileen Moore. Aileen is originally from Linden, New Jersey, but has lived in Texas since 2007. She graduates today with a BA in Interdisciplinary Studies and a concentration in Psychology and Education. She began her college education in 2009 at the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley. During her time there, Aileen was a youth development professional at the Boys and Girls Club of FAR and a volunteer with AmeriCorps. She is also a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. She plans to be an educational and nurturing safe space for bilingual, multilingual, and English language learners. Please welcome your classmate Aileen Moore.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here to celebrate this significant milestone in our lives. Never in my life did I think I'd be giving a commencement speech. I am humbled and I am honored to be here today as we celebrate us. I remember the very first time I set foot on this campus. There was a graduation ceremony going on the same day I came to meet with my advisor, and I couldn't help but get a little emotional seeing the graduates make their way towards their ceremony, because for so long, that's been my goal, my dream, to finally be able to get my degree, to finally be able to say, I graduated college. Then, some years later, came that appointment, the one where you hear those words, you're graduating. As a first-generation college student, there tends to be a lot of pressure to get a degree. But in my experience, that pressure came from someone who saw our value, our potential, someone who was always there for us and wanted what was best for us, who was there for us day and night and didn't want minor setbacks to stop us from achieving major accomplishments. Dr. Lusk once told me, you are creating a legacy. This is a life achievement. So thank you, Dr. Lusk, for the reminder that this is a life achievement. Cherish this moment. Every graduate here today has accomplished something momentous. Not everyone does this. Not everyone is able to do this. All of us made it here, but our paths are uniquely our own. Some of us went to college right out of high school, some of us took a break and then began a journey, and some, like me, took several breaks. There was a point in my life where I worked 3 jobs and was still going to school full time, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I say this to remind anyone sitting in the audience, dreaming of graduating one day, that life is going to life. Things are going to happen that are outside of your control, but graduating from college, that is a journey you can keep moving toward. Whether it takes you 4 years or almost 20 years, please do not give up and please do not lose hope. The road to success isn't always going to be a smooth one. There will be potholes, there will be roadblocks, and guess what? That's okay. Regardless of when or how you started, be proud of yourself because you made it. You may have thought about giving up, but you didn't, and that positive mentality is why we're all here today. Each of us worked hard, studied, made sacrifices, all while juggling whatever life threw at us. To anyone here who doubted themselves, who thought of giving up, who thought this day was not attainable, you are resilient, you pushed through, and you made it. And in case somebody hasn't already told you, I am so proud of you. To my sister, who graduated earlier this month from UTA with her bachelor's, seeing you blossom into an amazing, dedicated woman is one of the reasons that inspired me to get me here today. Even though you're my little sister, I've always looked up to you. You make me want to do better, and for that, I thank you. To my husband, thank you for always being there for me. How I ended up with such a blessing like you in my life is something I can only thank God for. I love you 3,000. And to my mom, who raised my sister and I all on her own, and now gets to see the both of us graduate. a ti que nos diste tu vida, tu amor y tu espacio, a ti que cargaste en tu vientre dolor y cansancio. Thank you for your strength, your compassion, for always reminding us that we are capable of doing whatever we set our minds to. For the unconditional love you give your kids, for being our biggest supporter, and the best mother anyone can ever ask for. So, mommy, I love you too. You know that saying, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, I also believe it takes a village to raise a graduate, near or far, big or small. And I hope that everyone here takes a moment to acknowledge that thanks to the love, care, and support from someone, maybe a family member, friend, faculty, or staff, or even pets. Mommy loves you, Lani and Nila. You are here today. We all had different paths to this day, our graduation. But we have something very important in common. We are here, we made it, we are college graduates. As we move into the world, may each of us remember to treat others with dignity and lead with compassion. May each of us be a member of someone's village. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2025. Our final speaker, Nandita Niranjan, is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Studies and a minor in biology. Nandita served as a peer-led team learning leader for general chemistry, vice president of UTD Molding Doctors, a teaching assistant for biology, and a research assistant for a neuroengineering lab on campus. She also co-founded an organization dedicated to delivering vital health education to vulnerable populations. Nandita is graduating with Latin honors and plans on taking a gap year before pursuing her dream of attending medical school. Please welcome our fellow graduate, Nandita Niranjan.
Fellow graduates, distinguished faculty, and our beloved family and friends. Thank you so much for the honor of speaking today on such a momentous occasion. As our time at UTD comes to a close, I'm reminded by how much we've grown since we first stepped on campus. We've made lifelong friends, found our passions in the field we're pursuing, pushed ourselves beyond what we thought possible, and most importantly, we've mastered the art of looking like we're awake in our morning classes. I'm so proud of all of us and grateful to be graduating with such a dedicated class. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the daunting question, like I have, what's next? But today, I want to ask you a different question. Who did you become? I ask you this because growing up, I often heard a simple phrase: the end of education is character. And for a while, I didn't really know what that meant. But now, I think I realize that it's far simpler than I imagined. During my freshman year, I found myself in the library explaining chemistry concepts to my friends. And as I saw their eyes slowly light up in understanding, I had an epiphany. It wasn't just about memorizing facts to ace an exam, even though sometimes I felt that way. It was about growing into people who could make a difference in others' lives. How we shape our character at the end of education is by purifying the values at the core of who we are. The values we hold shape how we show up for ourselves, how we impact and inspire others, and how we answer that question of what's next. What's next will always be uncertain, but how we face the future should be authentically our own. And sometimes, what's next can change. I didn't start off my undergraduate journey as a healthcare studies major, but what drew me to this school was witnessing healthcare inequities in my community that I never could have imagined, and feeling a burning desire to be part of the solution. Teaching English to vulnerable populations made me see that language barriers weren't their only obstacle in receiving the healthcare that they urgently needed. They also faced deep-rooted disparities that too often persist in silence. Now, in moments like these, when the path forward feels uncertain and the need feels overwhelming, we need our values more than ever to guide us. My own value of compassion blossomed when I heard the words of a refugee mother of 9 at one of the healthcare workshops I led. When I asked her what health meant to her, she looked me in the eyes and simply responded with, "Health is all that we have." This moment has stayed with me. If health is truly all that we have, working to ensure that it's accessible to everyone is a shared responsibility. Fellow healthcare studies graduates, together we've learned how to build a more compassionate healthcare system, tackling disparities, exploring patient care, and sharing our own clinical experiences. These shaped our values of leadership, diversity, and uplifting our community. And whether you graduate today with a healthcare studies, interdisciplinary studies, education, or American studies degree today, we all embrace a core value, leaning on our community. By weaving together our unique ideas and experiences, we have created a community that is beautiful and transformative. We have all earned these degrees. They represent the core values we've encountered through every encounter, every endeavor, every role we've taken on. In my own roles as a peer leader, research and teaching assistant, and a student organization leader, I tried to pick 3 values that I could commit to upholding every day, even on the hard days when things weren't going my way. Cultivating empathy for my PLTL students, committing to integrity and leading pre-medical events and services, and embracing authenticity in the roles that I took on led me to believe that I can thrive in whatever I do. My fellow graduates, I now challenge you. What 3 values will you uphold every day? How will you show up for yourselves? At the end of education lies our character. Let us characterize ourselves not just by the titles that we'll uphold after graduation, but how we set out to improve the fabric of our communities. As we celebrate our journeys today, I urge us to remember why we earned these degrees. As the late Pope Francis said, "Rivers do not drink their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruit. Living for others is a rule of nature. We are all born to help each other." Whether you will be a future healthcare leader, educator, or a young professional starting their career, let us always use our education that we've earned today for the benefit of others, just like our faculty, mentors, and supporters have done for us. We wouldn't be where we are without the people who were always in our corner, and our achievements are as much theirs as our own. I thank my family and friends, as well as all of you, for adding richness to my experience here. Wherever you go, the community at UT Dallas remains behind you, and the values that we've built here will carry us forward. I urge you to never lose sight of who you are and be courageous in whatever path you pursue. Class of 2025, I'm sure that you will choose to live by your values and add immense value to the world. Thank you. I now welcome Dr. Werniak back to the podium.
Thank you, Nandita. I would like to offer special recognition to those students graduating with honors today. To earn major honors in their disciplines, students must meet criteria set by the faculty within their school. Latin honors are based on a 45-hour residency requirement and grade benchmarks set within each school. A minimum grade point average of 3.4 is required for all Latin honors. Students earning Latin honors are wearing medallions. Cum laude honors are awarded to students who exceed the grade point average for the top third of all graduates. Magna cum laude honors is awarded to students with grade point averages that exceed the top 15% of all graduates of the school. Summa cum laude is awarded to students with the top 5% of grade point averages within a school. And now I would like all honors recipients to stand as you are able and be recognized. Candidates, please be seated. It is now my honor to certify the candidates for undergraduate degrees. Will all the candidates who are to receive the bachelor's degree please rise if able and remain standing? Dean Wissinger, on behalf of the faculty, I certify to you that those candidates who have completed all their academic requirements are entitled to receive their respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Kaz Naqvi, Program Head and Professor for the Master of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies.
Thank you, Dr. Morniak. Today's commencement ceremony is the highlight of the academic calendar and the culmination of countless hours of hard work for these students. We gather to recognize and celebrate your dedication and the glorious achievement of earning your degree. You have gained a great deal of knowledge, but more importantly, you have gained the ability to think critically about and apply that knowledge. We know you will use that knowledge and skills you've gained here to pursue new directions, to continue to challenge yourselves, and to contribute in positive, meaningful ways to our communities. I would also like to recognize the tremendous contributions and sacrifices of the families of our students, including parents, grandparents, siblings, even pets, as well as friends that have helped make this day a reality. We know that students succeed not only because of their own efforts, but also because of the acceptance, encouragement, and guidance they receive from those who love and care about them. To our bachelor's and master's degrees graduates, I offer my warmest congratulations and best wishes for your dynamic and marvelous futures. Through the Master of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies, our students craft an individualized course of study that allows them to go beyond the narrow confines of individual academic disciplines. Our students harness and combine the knowledge and transferable skills from disciplines as disparate as business, engineering, computer science, humanities, and the fine arts. Their courses of study have culminated in final projects that have ranged from critical legal examination of recent trends in ballot access to harnessing new, innovative approaches to marketing, design, and data within the entrepreneurial space. Guided by their advisors and professors, inspired by mentors and thought leaders, but ultimately determined by their own passions and goals, the scholars of the MAIS program have customized rigorous degrees as unique as they are. Will all candidates who are to receive master's degrees please rise and able and remain standing to be recognized? Candidates, please be seated. I'd like to welcome Dr. Wissinger back to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Naqvi. Now, by virtue of the authority vested by law in the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, I confer upon each of you the respective degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations appertaining thereunto. As Dean, it's my privilege to congratulate and formally recognize the graduating class of 2025 for the School of Interdisciplinary Studies. I now invite all graduates to cross the stage. Audience, please listen carefully for your graduate's name as they cross the stage by degree, not in alphabetical order.
Graduates receiving a baccalaureate degree, please come forward as your name is called. Now presenting your student speaker, Nanditha Niranjan.
Eileen Moore.
Liba Khan. Star Wyndham. Tiffany Allen. Albert Grant Garza. John Sami Youssef. Audrey Olivia Garvey. Skylar Noel Harp. Michelle Renee Gotten. Ella Catherine Fletcher. Mahnur Gondal.
Alexandra Danielle Guerrero.
Anna Josephine Hippelhauser. Emily Xia. Nawal Chowdhury. Nafisa Habib. Lana Nok Nu Lan Lei. Fernando Danielle Ramirez.
Matilda Kenneby OJ.
Chloe Lee. Jacob Choi. Brett Barrett Nuror. Ariel M. Lopez. Tammy Daya Solomon. Diana Lopez. Sarah McConney. Scott L. Noonan.
Aisha Rashadajic.
Meda Bhatt. Nicole Rashidi. Christina Ann Matthew. Itzamari Delgado. Vayana Brenai Eccles. Viet T. Dang. Rama Arif. Ashley Ann Epen. Adatutu Olaleye. Hiva Banakar. Ryan Brady Caudle. Charles Adu Poku Asante.
Abdullah Khan.
Muhammad Ali Anwar. Sachi Samir Jaukar. Rayan Raed Gassani. Darren Isa Barzani. Arsani Medhat Georgi. Mina Hussein. Sophia Ezar. Arij Siddiqui. Faja Ahmed. Ruban Nader Al-Badawi. Chandralekha Garapati. Jesse Chinomso Enyauma. Jun So Jung. Zarek L. Hawley. Alicia Monique Jimenez. Natalie Guzman. Mustafa Mir Hassan. Teresa Huang. Lauren Marie Jackson. Megan G. Avani Kankur. Suzanne Erkin. Alina Elizabeth George. Ala Rami Makul. Aiza Ahmed Khan. Leonardo Constantine Shine Manduhano. Anish Reddy Malopatal. Siya Kumar. Manjot Kaur. Zoya Abbas Khan. Eugene Lee. Ria H. Ramani. Angie Lima Velasquez. Caitlin Ann Malone. Swethika April Kopi Vinopa. Asta Nepal. Ayusha Pokarel. Asta Ramolia. Julie Hoang Nguyen. Nathan Wynn. Trevor John McGrath. Momin Asif Mohammed. Sarah Sahoni. Akash Patel. Kamar Mohammad Omari. Julia T. Pham. Sanjana Nelly Punath. Shannon Sunilman. Sadia Ahmed. Niharika Saravana. Ayman Salim. Jazra Ifra Siddiqui. Zaina Siddiqa. Kang Hu Tran. Annie Wen Tran. Amanda T. Neum Tran. Ethan Vu. Sahil Ashok Sharma. Venuka Srivastava. Yuvraj Singh. Maya A. Sukumaran. Ayman Vasimudin. Sapna Sanjay Vyas. Avery Young. Jesse Ortiz. Hunter Eugene Pratt. Igor Vladimir Jocelyn. Malenka Yasser. Graduates receiving a master's degree, please come forward as your name is called.
Krista Shannon Pescalia. Bernard Eric Zwillenberg.
This concludes the presentation of degrees.
Congratulations, everyone. And everyone can be seated, but I think everybody already is. I would like to thank the university staff who planned and executed the commencement ceremony today and express my appreciation to faculty and administrators who gave their time today to participate. And now, comments, we have a final assignment for you. Would you please rise as able? Okay. Move your tassels from the right side to the left side. And for those of you who are wearing class rings, I invite you to turn them outward so they face away and point away from you toward your future, symbolically pointing to your place in the larger world as UT Dallas alumni. Let me be the first to offer my warmest congratulations to you and my very best wishes for a prosperous and a joyful future. In addition to earning your degree conferred upon you today, you have earned the right to be associated with a very special group of individuals. You may now call yourself alumni of the University of Texas at Dallas. I know for a fact that we have some alumni with us today, and I would like to ask that all UT Dallas graduates in the lecture hall to join the new alumni and stand to be recognized. Okay, you may be seated. This day marks a wonderful milestone not only in your lives, but also in the life of the university. I wish you all the best as you go into your new lives as graduates of the University of Texas at Dallas. Enjoy your day of celebration with your family and friends and return to us soon. And now I ask for all to please rise as able again and join us for the singing of the UT Dallas alma mater led by Dee Lambert.
UT Dallas, orange and green, founder's vision, every dream, to inflame the scholars' hearts, lighting pathways through the dark, reaching out from earth to space, serving all the human race, joined as one in unity, alma mater UTD.
Thank you, that was beautiful. Graduates, please remain standing. Will the audience please be seated for a few parting instructions? I want to take this moment to invite everyone to join us for our Grads on the Green event in the Davidson Gundy Alumni Center, where we can visit with faculty, staff, graduates, and family. And be sure to stop by our Grads on the Green table to pick up your graduation gift. In a moment, the administration and faculty will recess offstage, after which our graduates will recess via the ramp on the side of the lecture hall. Graduates, please pay attention to the staff from the School of Interdisciplinary Studies as they ask you to recess one row at a time. Once the graduates have left, friends and family may then also exit. Thank you again, everyone, and congratulations.